Hey guys, you're watching the one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome to a brand new series. Let's build a cargo port. We're actually sharing the same world as the city series, but this is going to be its own separate series, like the private island, like Alcatraz Island, because it's going to take a little while to build, and I don't want to take episodes away from the city series. To give you an idea about where we are on the world, obviously we've got the main highway here that goes to the main bridge, you know, the big bridge. We've got the cargo ship just here, and Alcatraz Island is off that way somewhere. It gives you an idea of approximately where we are. And when I wanted to do a cargo port on the world, I've always wanted to do one since we first started the series. I've mentioned it many times. I didn't quite know how I wanted to do it. And then an idea hit me. This idea hit me so hard that it nearly knocked me out. And I instantly knew that's the way that we got to do it. Did any of you guys, I assume most of you guys, have probably played Call of Duty. And Call of Duty Black Ops 2 had a map on it called Cargo, which, coincidentally enough, was a cargo port map. I actually made Cargo, the Black Ops map, in Minecraft back on the 360 world. Do you remember back in the day when we could transfer maps between each other? So I could build a map and then upload it. You guys could download it on your 360 and play it. You can't do it on the Xbox One anymore, but we used to be able to do it on the 360. It was like a perfect replica that I done back then with what blocks we had. There was no stained clay back then. It was very early 360 Minecraft, to be honest. A lot of updates have come, so it was very primitive, if you like. It was very basic, but it was a perfect replica. All of the shortcuts, all of the cargo crates that you could go in, the buildings were all like perfectly, the lines of sight were spot on. This is not going to be a perfect replica of the Call of Duty cargo map from Black Ops 2. However, we're going to be using heavy amount of inspiration for it. We're going to have some pretty much identical aspects to it, but the layout might not be perfectly the same. But I really like the map. It was one of my favorite maps, so I want to build it as like a homage in here. Obviously, we want to have a nice sort of stone-based platform to start off with, that our roads and all the layouts and all the crates and stuff sit upon. I have no idea on real size for this, so I'm just going to start off by doing a large platform and just sort of seeing if it's going to be big enough or not. We can always extend it and make it bigger. So we're going to start off with the corner over here. I'm going to fly over this way, out into the sea a little bit. See, the boats need to get close by, so obviously we need to go into the ocean at least a smidge. I should probably go from the bottom of the ocean, shouldn't I? Oh, I get some frame rate issues whenever I come out in this part of the world. I don't know why. I don't know if it's to do with the cruise ship, if there's a lot of item frames that are being unloaded and loaded or something like that. But yeah, it like freaks out, and the only way to fix it is by logging out and logging back in. So let me do that. I should be back. Okay, I had some real trouble there. I had to log out like 3 or 4 times. If you stand out there for too long, like more than 10 seconds, it seems to like drop the frame rate to like nothing. Might be my computer needs a reboot. It might be something else. I really don't know. I think it's got to be something to do with the cruise ship, because that's the only thing that's sort of nearby. But let's set to 112, and this is going to brick my computer as well for a moment. But this is going to make a giant sort of light andesite sort of texture along here that we can then build the cargo map upon. Now, the real cargo map, and what we're going to do here, just get that all to load in without getting too close to it, hopefully. Hopefully I'll be able to find a fix on how to solve that. Oh yeah, look, we're having real trouble here. You watch, if I get too close to here. No, looks like we're doing okay. The real cargo map had a building here. If we had the entrance where the entrance is, it had a building here that you could go in with like some forklifts and stuff around. In the middle, there was a giant crane. That's the main feature that I want to try and pull out on this cargo port that we're going to be building here. So maybe that's something that we should start off with. We're going to start approximately in the middle, which is around here. And I think for the moment, I'm looking at the colours, I probably want to use a stone circle. So I'm going to stand down here. We're going to make a hollow cylinder, /, hollow cylinder of stone. 10 blocks of diameter, 1 block high. Not quite big enough. Undo. We can go a little bit bigger than that. 15. That's a little bit better. That's good. And then we'll do snow blocks. Snow block 14. And then go back to stone for 13. That gives us this sort of line. There's a few little spots that we need to fill in, but that's not a problem. So this is going to be, this is the area that on the cargo map, it had like 3 cargo crates, and then the crane was like above this. So let's try and see if we can get the crane in now. For a height, I'm really not sure. I suppose we should back off really to see what height. It's like a giant circular crane that could like rotate around and pick up crates and drop them down. I think you could, I think they actually moved on the map as well from what I remember. Like you could get squished by some of the crates. I don't want to go too high. You don't want to go too high with this, but you definitely want it tall enough not to look weird. Like not to look too squished. I think that's the height that we want. And this circle needs to be bigger than the circle that we have on the ground. And it needs to be yellow and black. So what was yellow clay? Yellow clay is going to be the perfect yellow for it. And if there's some sort of black, that's a little bit too black. Probably black wools, which is birch for us. Birch wood planks, which is the black wool texture, you see. So this is 159.4. So we want to have 159.4 here. And we want this to be bigger. 25, I guess. That's about right, you know. That's about right. So this is exactly in the middle of that. And this is what the main sort of crane rotated around. We need to have 23 as well. Just a little way in. No, I think I can come in a little bit further than that. Maybe 21. That's a little bit better. That makes it a little bit more chunkier looking. And then there was 4 legs that came down. 4 is perfect because it means we can build 1 and then hopefully sort of rotate it to work. This is the corner of the circle. If a circle had a corner, this would be the corner of it. So this is where we're going to build our first leg that comes down. Black and yellow are the sort of colours, and we probably want some sort of grey in here as well. Maybe using the stone as sort of a dark grey, and the mossy stone as like a lighter grey, and I'm sure that will probably be about right. That's the middle point. This is going to take a little bit of tweaking. We are not going to get this perfect first time. No chance. But with a little bit of tweaking, hopefully we can sort of get something that looks somewhat good. I'm going to say again, this is not going to be a perfect replica of the cargo map. We're just using it for inspiration. Now, have some nice grey here. Then we'll go to a dark grey. Do we want to come down every... Oh, not there. And there. Do you want to come down every quarter block? That's going to be big legs. It's going to come up to about there if we do that. I think that's going to be too... Come up to about there. No, I think that's going to be too wide. I think we want to come down every 2 blocks at some point. So I want to have like a yellow and black mix in here. Oh, that's not going to be a yellow and black mix. Yellow, black. That should be yellow there. Yellow, yellow there. And black. And then black comes underneath here. And yellow comes underneath there. So we sort of get that sort of danger checker style pattern. I might put that on top. And this underneath. And then we're going to come down every 2 blocks. We're going to start with a little bit of grey. Yeah, start with a little bit of grey. We want to come this one, and that one. And then come down every 2. So that one. Come underneath here. Say, fortunately, we only have to build this once. And then I should be able to rotate it and paste it for the other ones. I'm hoping. Because this is so awkward to do. I actually remember doing this part back on 360. That must have been about 3 years ago that I done that. Must have been about 3 years ago. And I still remember the pain of doing 4 legs without any world edit or anything like that. It was a real pain. And that one. Yeah, 2 blocks. Every 2 blocks seems to be a relatively good number, it seems. And oh, my feet are on the ground. That means we're pretty close. And oh no, not there. That one. Like that. Pretty good leg. It looks a little bit sort of in and out. Maybe we can solve that with some edging. We're going to have some sort of edging block on here anyway, but I think I can get away with some edging here. Maybe using yellow, then black. Oh, that's not black. Black. Then I think I can go up like that. Yellow, black, yellow, black. Yellow, black. Now that still looks like it looks like it's going like that, doesn't it? Which it is. But it didn't as much when it was like that. So if we go black and yellow there, and then we go yellow, black, oops, black, yellow, black, yellow, oops, black. There we go. That's got rid of the wobble look and made it much more of a straight look. Yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow. Oops, that's not yellow. Yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black. Like any series, at the beginning, the first episode of any series might seem a little bit slow. It does speed up very quickly, though. You just have to sort of get your ideas together, and once your ideas together, the building gets done super fast. So we've got a little bit of a foundation. I don't like how thin this looks at the minute. I think it needs to be a little bit thicker. So we need to work on the back here now. It is actually perfectly symmetrical, which is really nice. But I think we want to sort of extend these down. Extend these down. Sort of try and make a little bit more of a uniform look. That's definitely more of a uniform. That's actually not looking too bad at all. I just don't like the top here now. Maybe we'd get rid of the yellow and black visible from this side. And that one. And that one. That's perfect. Okay. Extend the grey around the edge here. This is like a little bit of a footing. A little bit of foundation so they don't sort of fall off or anything like that. Oops. At the top here, I need to add another grey one there and there. And then this sort of needs to loop over the top. And join back up to itself underneath here. I'm going to put that there and there. I'm going to put those there because it's a fancy little shape. And I think it's about there. I think that's good for the legs, right? So we have 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Moment of truth. Can we copy, rotate, and paste it? Or am I going to have to be uber smart somehow and build them all individually? So it's that corner. And this corner. And I think if I stand here and I copy it, which is right in the corner, rotate it by 90 degrees, it rotates clockwise, so this should be the next one. And if I stand here and paste, we should get the perfect leg. Minus A. Oh, what a shortcut. What a shortcut. This one. And that one. Boom! We have ourselves It looks strong enough to hold itself up, which is really good. Then there's like the main crane section that goes through the middle. It's basically like just two horizontal bars that go straight across. I'm going to do these perfectly diagonal because I don't want them being a straight line. It's boring when you do things in a straight line. So it's going to be a perfect diagonal coming off this one and joining up to that one. And what would happen is that would rotate around, so you could drop the crates anywhere in this area that you wanted. I don't know if it's like a real tactic or whatever that, or you know, a real thing that is used. I have no idea. Like in ports, I've never been to a port in real life. My only experience with ports is the cargo map from Black Ops 2 and the Grand Theft Auto port in GTA 5. That's about, you know, most recently they're the two ports that I've sort of seen or done anything with. There's a couple of missions on Grand Theft Auto where you're at the port, and obviously cargo map I've spent many hours on, but I don't know the logistics. We need some lorries, we need a lot of crates, we need some forklift trucks, some things like that along that sort of line for this series. Okay, so that goes along like this. Then we're going to have yellow and black. Yellow, black. I should probably put black on top of that. Ooh, yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black. This is where I'm really fortunate that I've got a scroll wheel on my mouse. That one. Ooh. And then I might go with the smooth slabs on top of this, so it's so it's not as thick as a full block, to cover up the stone up above. I like the stone being visible from underneath, I think, but I don't think I'm going to like it being visible from above. Ooh, hang on, there, that one. So we have that going along there. Then we get the slabs. Yeah, this is the one. And I think I want to cover over up the black and yellow blocks as well. I think going this way is probably the fastest. I might add another block on the top of this so it doesn't look quite as plain. Redstone blocks to look like little, or beacons. Beacons would be better actually, to look like lights. Redstone torches, that kind of thing. Maybe some of these actual stone blocks sticking out of this, similar to how like a flat roof. When we build a flat roof in the city world, you always put like little bits of detail on it, and little air conditioning units and stuff like that. Obviously, we're not going to be using air conditioning units, but we'll be using like small bits of detail to try and fix that, to make it not look quite as flat. To me, it looks a little bit flat at the minute. It might be because I'm so close to it. Yeah, it might have been that I was so close to it. You know, I don't think I like the stone being visible from underneath it. I think we want to... I also need to move that over. I think I want to change this just a smidge. I want to move this whole lot. No, I'm going to keep it as one. Basically, the real cargo map had 2 of these beams that went across. I'm only going to use 1. So we want to have this on the bottom as well. And then we have like a giant claw, basically. Ooh, weather. It never rains on this world. Or hardly ever rains, I should say. So we have this underneath. And then the claw goes on top. And the claw, I think we might add a little bit of red as like a standout colour. The original one on the cargo map was just all yellow and black. But I might do a little bit of red just so it stands out a little bit. We get a little bit of extra colour in here. The containers themselves on the cargo map on Call of Duty, there was 3 different colours. There was red, blue and orange. And basically it was just an easy way to sort of tell your teammates where enemies were. Like you could say they're by the red crates and you'd know where it was, or by the orange ones were more towards the center. Red was like one side, blue was the other, and then like orange was in the middle. So you could sort of determine where your enemies and where your teammates were by what color crates they were near. And for this, I think we're going to be using more browns and greens and dark reds for our containers and dark blues, because they're more realistic colours. They're more realistic colours for crates. If you guys have ever Google search container ships, you'll probably find that most of them on that Google search are going to be those sort of darker-ish colours, not quite as light as the other ones. So we need... This is the first sort of arm of the crane. I got a sneeze coming. Told you. Gonna fill those in, and that one. Same on this side, like that. And then we need another one in, just sort of next to it. To come in here. And goes down this side, that side, and the middle. And then we join these two up together. Somehow. I don't exactly know how. Probably from underneath it, going this way. Ooh. Like that. How did that not get in line? Ah, because this needs to be moved over by one block. Okay, not too much of a problem. Move this over by one, and then it all fits in nicely. That one. Am I good? I think I'm good. Now that should join. Huh? Huh? Like that. Okay, I moved it over by one too many blocks. Okay, like I said, always a slow start to the starts of these series. They do speed up as you progress, but they always start off a little bit slow because you've got to get all the planning and stuff done and out the way first, and then fill that one, that one, and that one. Now we're right. Now that joins up. Look at that. Okay, this one needs to be a clay block, and that one needs to be a red block. Okay, same on this side. There we go. And then we have the crane claw come down underneath here. So we're going to want to have some cobblestone walls. I did get them good. Coming down that one. I don't know how many blocks down we want to come. 5 blocks. 6, 7. 7 sounds good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are like almost like chains, I suppose. And then at the bottom, do we have it holding a container? Do we do our first container green? Like a green container ship up here. Now I think how I used to do them, they were 3 blocks wide and 3 blocks high. And when they were diagonal, they were like that. Yeah, so it's still like basically like 3 blocks wide and then 3 blocks down. It was a really good size for the containers. That worked really, really well for Minecraft scale. So I think we'll stick with that. Stick with the same scale as I used to do way back when I built the map last time, or built a similar map last time. So we need to make sure this is in line. It's looking like a container ship. I suppose I could change some textures. Like I've got placeholder blocks that have no texture, they're just bright colors. I could retexture some of those to look more like container, you know how it's like corrugated containers. But yeah, that's holding a container. Look at that container there hovering up in the middle of the crane. That's a pretty good start, right? That's like the most important feature already down and in on this series. This series might end up being a little bit shorter than I thought. We've got a lot of progress today. I'm very, very happy. Let's take a quick look with the shaders. I don't think it's going to be all that impressive. There's a little bit more work that needs to be done on it. For example, the rings, the yellow rings that go around the top here, need to be dressed up. They also need to connect to each other because at the moment the interior yellow one is sort of just floating there. They need to sort of connect together with some nice black or, you know, or dark grey colour around the top. But that's pretty good. That's pretty good for a start. If you guys enjoyed it, then hit that like button. I really do appreciate it, especially on a new series. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe, and we shall see you in the next episode.